So I did a little bit of bank account damage in the form of an art supply haul, and I thought I would take you through all the things I got, plus do like some swatches and testing of them in this video. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so first things first, I got this watercolor paper. I really needed some more watercolor paper because I didn't have any at all left. This is a really simple one. It's just a cold pressed watercolor paper pad, 300 grams per square meter, 12 sheets, A5 size. So it's really simple, nothing fancy. But it should work really nicely for me to produce some little watercolor paintings on. Then again, on the theme of paper, we have a cartridge paper pad. I got this because I thought it'd be great to do like zines on, or like just little sketches with colored pencils or something like that. Like artwork that's not too water heavy, I guess. And also because it's just helpful to have paper anyway. So that's another purchase. I'm gonna go through like the less interesting stuff first, basically. A couple of rubbers. This one is a what I would call a putty eraser, but it's a kneadable art rubber. There you go. Really simple, but very, very handy with watercolors. And then this one, which is a Tombow little pen eraser. I thought it would be really good to like do fine erasing of sketches or whatever, because it's really small. Two new paintbrushes. These are by a brand called Leonard. I don't know the brand, but they seemed really good in the shop, like when I was like looking at all the different brushes. So two new ones of them. They're watercolor brushes because again, I mainly paint with watercolors, so I thought that would be the most useful. And then a gold like detail pen, I guess. I've got the chunky version of this, so I wanted like the fine liner version. The rest of this is mainly sketchbooks, I'm not gonna lie. We have this sketchbook. I thought this would just be a good like practice sketchbook to take out with me to just sketch the world around me, but like to be very sort of loose, not really like a art sketchbook, just like a, you know, like a doodles, that kind of thing. This watercolor sketchbook, as you can see, this is from Rougier Play, which is in Paris. And so I got this one. Let's open it. It's just a 24-page sketchbook. It's a watercolor one, which I wanted to get because in my sorry, I'm trying to open this. In my most recent like sketchbook, I've been doing lots of watercolor paintings, so I wanted to get one that was actually watercolor paper itself, so as to be able to, you know, not worry too much about like the paper getting oversaturated with water, you know. So this one's going to be really good for traveling too, because it's like compact, and that's what I really used my other sketchbook for, was just like sketching the places where I was going and painting them. So I wanted like a sketchbook that I could really do that in like really nicely, I think. And then the last sketchbook, I know that this is a lot of sketchbooks, it's a little bit excessive, I'm not gonna lie. It's this big one, or this big art sketchbook here. And so I got this one to be, again, another practice sketchbook, but like one that I could do paintings in. I can like practice compositions in. I can work on like sketching hands, sketching faces, that kind of thing, which is stuff that I don't really do at the moment because I'm a little bit intimidated by that, I'm not gonna lie. And so I thought this one would be great, and it's big, so there's lots of space to do stuff in. Yeah, so I thought that this one would just be a really good sketchbook to just really dive into practicing in the sketchbook and using a sketchbook, because I'm really wanting to dive into doing more sketchbooking and just really building, I guess, a practice around sketchbooking and yeah, just practicing art really. So I thought having a good variety of sketchbooks will be great to be able to do that in. So yeah, and this one is the A4 version of the sketchbook that I bought in summer, and I loved the sketchbook that I bought in summer, but I just didn't want to get a small one anymore, and I wanted a big one. And so this is the big version of it. As you can see, it's A4 size. There's 80 sheets, 140 grams per meter squared, and I thought that this would just be a really great sketchbook to like dive into sketchbooking. It's not white paper, which to be honest I don't mind. I think that's quite nice having an off-white sort of color. So yeah, and then the last thing I got in this art haul was what the main thing that I wanted to buy, and that's this Caran d'Ache gouache paint set. I'm really excited to try this. I've been really getting into using gouaches recently, and so I wanted to get like a paint palette set instead of tubes. Whilst I don't mind using tubes, I think I'm so used to using like a watercolor paint palette that I wanted to get a gouache one, and I saw that Caran d'Ache did it, and so I was like, oh well, I'll invest and have a go and trying the paint palette. So I'm really excited about this. I think this should be a great investment. Hopefully I will enjoy using it a lot. This one is a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be honest. I genuinely thought that it would be a lot more compact and like be able to travel with it, but I think this is probably too big to be able to travel with, unfortunately. Well, I mean, at least not be able to do compact travel with it, but that's okay. It can be a home usage. But yeah, let's have a look here. Well, oh, it's got little stickers. I like these little stickers. I think they're quite fun. And there we go. That's the palette. It looks really nice. There's lots of colors. You can obviously replace the, like, recharge the what's it called? The swatches, like the colors. Yeah, I'm really excited to use this. We'll do some swatches of this one in my sketchbook in just a second. swatches of new palette. As you can see, it looks really good, like very vibrant colours, and they look good even when they've got like more water to them. I think some of them look a bit more opaque than others, like here compared to there, but overall I think it's going to be really fun having an experiment and play with these gouache colours. They look really pretty.